Hello y'all, Real Tinkerer here. We're going to be working today on the Zebco 404. It looks pretty scratched up. The handle is kind of tough to spin. The drag is completely locked up. And I'm suspecting it has a broken gear. But I hope y'all enjoy my first video and let me know what y'all think. Right here, I'm just making sure how everything is spinning, moving, and if it's not moving, how can we fix it? I'm noticing on that shaft right there, it's a little bit rusty, so we're gonna have to address that. It isn't too dirty, but it is stiff. It's like it's been in moisture pretty good. Since that shaft was rusted at the end and it was rather dirty, it's pretty hard to get out of there. It took me a good chunk of time to remove it and put a little bit of oil, trying to soup it up a little bit, trying to break up the rust by spinning the handle. But when we got her done eventually, it just took a little bit. About time we got it out. See, it wasn't too dirty. It was just that shaft had that rust build up, and it made it interesting. Right here, I use a steel pick just to kind of clean up a little bit of the debris that's there and try not to push too tight because I don't want to scratch anything. I just use it so I avoid using all the toothpicks at the house. Right here, I'm looking at all the teeth as well, making sure they're all in functioning order. Try to look at everything and test it all out. And there's the broken gear. But Luckily, I had several replacement reels. Now we're going to go ahead and fix that and then go from there. Trying to get this lock washer on there too was pretty interesting. Yeah, sorry I had to point it off of a view for a little bit. I was just trying to get the right leverage to get it out, and there it is. I do everything like that so I can see and I can remember which order to put it in. But there was the broken gear right there. And then here, I examine all the plastics. I'm going to polish all that out, try to make it look as new as possible. All those little scratches I'm going to try to get rid of, and we'll see what happens. Some regular soap and water and a toothbrush goes a long way in cleaning the plastics. On the metal stuff, I use a Simply Green, and it works very well to clean out all the greasy stuff. I'm trying to unstick the drag there, and it looks like it's working pretty good. So while I'm cleaning with the toothbrush, I also try to look at everything to see if there's any cracks or anything like that. And you can see the oxidation on that button. I didn't record the polishing of the plastic process because it takes forever. The button itself takes about an hour and a half. I doubt y'all want to watch a video that long, let alone a 40-minute video. But not too bad. Took a lot of the major scratches out. I didn't touch anywhere where it said the Zebco on the back, the 404. So right there you see some of the remnants of the old scratches, but hell, it keeps it vintage. I typically polish much of the metal as I can to keep it sliding smoother. The internal right there, where it's gummed up, I polished it out pretty good too. And then as well as the gears, I polish everything. I like stuff to be shiny. Put a little oil where stuff typically hinges. A little dab will do ya. And I noticed the drag lever arm had a little bit of rust on there, so I polished that out too to try to get rid of that rust. And as you can see, the rust on there. I had to use a different 404 gear to match the gear that I swapped out for the cracked one. So I'm polishing all this for no reason right here, but maybe it'll be good for another reel. And if that rubbing compound doesn't take it out, that 320 grit sandpaper right there will knock out some of that rust. And if I need to go finer, we'll go finer, but I'll hit it back up with the rubbing compound. I typically like to polish the handles as well. They're in pretty rough shape and got them looking good. Now you don't need to do all this if you want to clean up your reel. I just like to make it look as new as possible. So I do like to try to sell them or trade them and swap and all that good stuff with them. So the better they look, the happier the customer is at the end of the day. I always oil my grips right there. I hate when my reels squeak, and as you can see, it spins pretty dang good. And I do lightly grease the shafts and all that good stuff. And usually when I do the grease as well, I put some of that oil that I was dabbing on everything else. Put 1 or 2 drops of oil to thin it up a little bit. Seems to work better for me. But I'm sure my way of doing stuff isn't always, I guess, correct way of doing it, but it works excellent for me. I think I noticed I was missing a little spacer, and luckily I used a little baby tray that was one of my kids at one point, and it works out good to maintain little parts. So it's going to be fun putting that lock washer right back on it. Right there, I'm noticing I'm having trouble with the gear spinning. It's not wanting to make the right turn. But like I said, luckily I had plenty of other gears, miscellaneous gears made for 404s that worked out perfect. See there, I'm noticing that the gear slap it's moving a little bit. So I'm about to grab a washer and slap it on there. My anti-reverse kept popping out, so I kind of had to bend it down a little bit to hold constant pressure on it. Yeah, don't be scared to mess with things. I mean, I know the worst that can happen is it breaks, but you can always learn to fix it at that point and then make another video to showcase how to do that. Here I'm giving a light polish to everything else that I didn't get to touch up. That white residues from the old fishing line that was on there. And the ultrasonic cleaner also, there's little residue on there sometimes, and I just polish it out and it makes it a little better. Now here I can notice if I have any dings and scratches and snags that will cause the line to cut on me. And yes, that I grease all that good stuff in there. Then I grease the shaft. If I recall, I do not put oil in it to lower the viscosity of it. And right here, I'm noticing that drag arm that it's not hitting over that. And yeah, so I'm noticing it's not over that. So I'm trying to be lazy and get it out and set it on top, but it's not working. So I have to remove the handle and put it on there manually. It's no big deal. And right here, I try to make sure everything's working properly, step by step. That way I don't put everything together and then have to tear back down again like I've done several times already. I'm buffing out the final residue of polishing compounds and all that good stuff. And as you can see, I took off a lot of the major scratches off. Like I said, right above that 404 Zebco thing, it's there's some scratches on there that I didn't want to get rid of too much because I don't want to lose that paint. If I could paint it and regain it, I probably would do it that way to make it look a little bit better. Well, thanks for taking the time to watch this video all the way through. I'm Real Tinkerer here, and I'll be making another video shortly. I enjoy doing this, so we'll see what happens. Y'all have a good day.